being from Canada, how do you think the scene is, you know, different from out there as it is here? Obviously, a lot of people are saying, you know, the heart is here in LA, but, you know, the scene is kind of, as you've noted, well, maybe you've noticed it, but the scene keeps changing, you know?
Oh,
Last
yeah.
year we had a lot of screamo. Now with Blink coming in, it looks like it's going to be more punk.
Yeah.
But, you know, how is the scene out there as it is out here?
I mean, it's like that all over the place with, like, different trends kind of in music. I mean, the same way that, like, you guys have a lot of, like, a really good underground scene in LA, you know what I mean? And in Southern California, there's, like, always been a really good hardcore scene, you know?
Definitely.
For us, like, in Southern Ontario, like, where we're from, like, there's always been a really good music scene. In the same way that, like, there's LA, which we have, like, Toronto, but then you also have, like, Orange County and all these other cities that are so close, like, within an hour.
That's true.
Like, for us, it's the same. It's like you have Toronto, but then you have all of these cities around. So bands get to, like, tour in that same area. You know, like, you can be in a band and you can play every weekend in a new town and build up this fan base. And at the same time, there's tons of kids then that get exposed to, like, okay, I go to DIY shows, and that's something that we do. And so when other bands can come in from out of town, there's already this, like, touring system that's set up, and there's already kids that get it. So when hardcore bands from, like, you know, outside of the country come in to, like, Toronto or come into that area, it's like there's already this fan base that's, like, built up for it. So it's awesome. Like,
so there's no specific genre that's, you know.
No, I find that's the thing that's rad too about Canada is that, like, we're kind of underprivileged in terms of the tours that we get. So in a lot of cases, like, people are just, like, they're not so specific with, like, what they want to go see. It's like, if you're gonna play in the middle of nowhere in Canada, the fact that you're heavy, do you know what I mean? You'll get, like, punk rock kids, metal kids, like, everybody, because they're just, like, not a lot of shows go on. So it's awesome because you'll have, like, the kid in, like, the NoFX hoodie with, like, a sideways hat with, like, seriously, like, total head to toe Cradle of Filth, like, goths, and they're just, like, both like, this is awesome, like, to our band, and I'm just like, this rules. And I guess it wins for us too because, like, when we play those spots, like, the NoFX kid hears all the punk rock and the, like, Cradle of Filth kid hears all the metal, but to see them both partying together, I'm just like, I love this.
Which is really rare out here nowadays. Like,
yeah, I think it's just
they're all really specific.
Yeah, and it's because you guys have such a bigger population that, like, you can have enough kids to go to just a black metal show, and you'll have, like, 150 kids. Whereas, like, in Saskatoon, you know what I mean? You need to get all 150 kids that live there, you know what I mean, that go to shows. Like, so you're drawn from every scene you can, you know what I mean? And it's just everybody comes together and hangs out. So it's a good vibe.
There's a lot of open minds out there then.
Yeah, I know. I find it's nice that way. Not to say that it isn't nice here, because at the same time, when you're playing that show and there's, like, 150 kids that are super psyched on what you're doing, like, it is awesome.
It kind of, I mean, the way you're explaining the Toronto scene, it kind of reminds me of when I went on tour. I went to Fresno.
Oh, okay.
And just the kids out there, you're playing at, I believe it was the Exit, and it looks like a, you know, hardcore place, and we had, like, kind of little punkish band and stuff like that, but, like, there's a lot of kids with mixed, you know, genres that you can obviously tell, and they're all just being down with the music.
That's the thing that you find with, like, the smaller towns when you go and play, you know, like, and it happens in the U.S., it happens in Canada. It's just, like, when you go out of your way where kids aren't starved for music, like, you play Billings, Montana, everyone's gonna fucking come party, you know?
That's good.
So it's tight. I like it.
Wow. Now with these 43 stops, I believe it is, for Taste of Chaos.
Yeah, something like that.
Is there any place in particular that you guys haven't played that you're hoping to hit, or that you guys have played and you know it's going to be, you know, a blast for you guys?
There's a bunch of places that we haven't been. One, I'm really excited. We've never been to Rhode Island.
Okay.
We've always been, like, you know, around that area, but again, because we're from Canada, we don't get a chance to just, like, kill certain spots. Like, I'd love to come and just do 2 weeks of, like, Southern California. You know what I mean? Or do, like, 2 weeks of, like, the Northeast. Because there's so many rad spots you can play.
That's true.
But when we're on a tour, it's just, like, a lot of times, this tour is awesome because, as you said, like, 43 dates. It's like we're going everywhere.
Seriously.
So we finally get to go to, like, all these spots, like Miami, Rhode Island, you know, so many places that we miss.
Getting all the party on.
Yeah, exactly. Meet some new homies.
I've noticed on some of your music videos, you guys do parodies or parodies of Dallas Green.
Yeah.
Cameos with, you know, Alexis on Fire, other bands. You guys were in the
We've been in a bunch.
Horizon video as well.
Yeah.
For Chelsea Smile.
Yeah, we always kind of end up hanging out in a lot of videos. We've been in a lot of Alexis videos.
Okay.
We've been in like Beto and Soundclash videos, like some of the other guys have. I think it's just that, yeah, we're always like around, where we happen to be around, and people are like, "Do you want to come to our video?" And we're like, "Yeah," because videos mean free food.
That's true.
Free drinks.
More exposure.
No, that's
Not
like the
really?
last. Nah, that's not the
Really?
vibe. You know what I mean? Like, you're there because you want to hang out with your bros.
That's true.
And for us, like,
I was testing you. You passed the test.
well, because that's the thing. Like, there are people that are like that. Like, this is gonna be really good for your career,
Yeah,
and
seriously,
you're like,
like,
yo, dude,
calm down.
career is not a word you hear in punk rock. Like, no way.
Seriously.
I'm like-
music, it's something you love, not something you're, trying to get paid. I mean,
Yeah.
it'd be nice, but
Exactly. I mean, the thing is if you worry about that, like, if you want to be in a band to make money, I feel like 9 times out of 10 you're gonna fail.
that's true.
If you want to be in a band because you love playing music, then you've already won.
Yeah,
You know what I
because,
mean?
There's to be in a band. There's so many, just like there's ups to it. There's so many downsides to it. The bands are just gonna be the.
Oh, dude,
dropping
yeah.
it.
There's so much like there's so many shitty aspects that you have to like, you know what I mean, live with and deal with. That if you
Definitely.
can't see the positive out of that and you can't get excited about it,
True.
then you're not gonna want to tour.
That's true. That's true.
Or you're not gonna want to tour that much. And we tour a lot because we love being on tour.
Yeah.
So
Let's hope it stays that way though.
exactly.
You've been amazing. So I mean, hopefully, like I said earlier, the head doesn't blow.
What? Oh, my head. Yeah.
Or
No.
any of the bands,
No heads blown.
That's good. That's good. Be true to it. So, any last words, to fans or people that haven't heard from you, and where can they hear more about you guys?
Yeah, I'm gonna be trying to tour as much as possible. Check out, we just have a new record we're really proud of called Hail Destroyer. It just came out on Metal Blade.
Cool.
And yeah, hopefully we'll be playing a town near you.
Sweet.
On the Rockstar Energy Drink Taste of Chaos music tour.
There you go. And drop the MySpace one more time or the page.
Cancerbats.com or MySpace/Cancerbats.
Awesome. Thank you, man.
Yeah.